The Decorah girls track team is competing with 9 events at this weekend's state track meet. Here to discuss it, head coaches Brad Johansen and Cristy Nimrod. And Cristy, you got a season and you're going to be busy in Des Moines, and that's always a good thing. How's the vibe? How's the excitement heading into tomorrow?
I think one of the greatest things of this year was when we started, we had a lot of athletes who had no idea, and watching their growth has just been incredible. Watching the development of the team aspect and having each other's back and maybe crossing over to groups that they weren't familiar with or didn't know they could be friends with has just been awesome. So I think we're ready to go, and I think the kids want to do things for each other.
And Brad, these last couple of big meets, the conference meet, then the state qualifier at Independence, a lot of your student athletes hadn't been in those big meets before. How do you think they handled that big meet situation, and how will that help them as they head to Des Moines this weekend?
Well, it's kind of funny. I told my wife before we got into those two, I said, one of these, we're going to have a train wreck, and then one, we're going to be awesome. And I mean, we won the conference meet, but we were a train wreck almost all night long, emotionally, and just how we handled that meet. But that was good that happened, because it allowed us to have some really good talks with them about their mental preparation and performance and all these things when they get to the next opportunity for a big meet. And then at the state qualifier, we really had a great meet. We ran really well. We've had a really focused week of practice. You can just tell we just kind of got past that emotional hurdle, and we're in a really good spot and ready to perform at a high level.
And Cristy, you talk about that big meet preparation. Is it a case of you have to almost go through one of those big meets to know how to handle a situation like that? Would that be a fair synopsis?
For sure. And a couple of things have happened. At the conference meet, we had a little bit smaller group of kids. At the state qualifying, we had an even smaller group of kids. Now we have an even smaller group of kids. So making those adjustments, because some of the kids that aren't there may have been some of the leaders in some of the things that were going on before. So yeah, we need to walk through step by step from the what we're doing for sleeping arrangements, which changed a little bit. So being able to adapt has been big. Talking about the weather, you never know what's going to go. So really that control issue, what can you control? What can't you? And how do you respond to the things that you can't control? And our kids are getting so much better at doing that. It's been fun to watch and exciting to see that growth as the season has gone on.
And I know a wise man named Jeff Weddick once told me there will be weather when it comes to every track meet. Let's run down a few of the events. Let's start with the hurdlers, Coach Johansen. Isabella Knutson seated 7th in the 100 hurdles coming in. Your shuttle hurdle relay team seated 6th. First, talk about Isabella. You got to feel good for her having the season that she did. Qualified in the 100 hurdles as a freshman. Knee injury took away her sophomore year. COVID takes away her junior year. And voila, she kind of picked up where she left off as a freshman, didn't she?
Yeah, it's impressive. You know, she told me about 2 weeks ago, she so wished she'd had 4 years of hurdling, because she felt like she could be, you know, even a lot faster as a hurdler. And I didn't disagree with her. It's amazing that the last run she had was state as a freshman, and you had to wait till your senior year to have a run again. It's just been impressive, and her work ethic this year has been over the top. She has really put the effort in on the sprint side and the hurdle side, and she's been rewarded with great performances. And I expect that she will have some wonderful performances at state, and it's just been a joy to coach her all the way through these 2 years. She's really only a sophomore as a runner. Gosh, hard to imagine that you could have 2 more years with somebody like that, but it is what it is. So I'm excited to see what she can do.
And Cristy, your 4x1 team has the 7th quickest time in the state going in. I know they ran at the Drake Relays earlier this year. What's made that group a special group this year?
They're fast, and they're learning how to do handoffs and getting better at handoffs. And every time we get better at that, they're more confident, they're ready to go, and they're just going to lay it out there. It's what they love to do. They love to run fast.
And another top seed, if you will, Chloe Reiser. She has the 7th longest throw, qualifying in the shot put for your team, Brad. What's been the key to Chloe's success throughout the season?
Well, we've had this long history of great throwers. They all have the same key. They got a flat back when they hit the middle of the ring, things are going to go. And she's a really hard worker. And here at the end, you know, it's also new. She's really a sophomore, but she's a freshman in varsity throw experience. So just that adapting to the meet situations, controlling yourself, and then just trusting that technique and doing it over and over again so that practice or meet, it's the same thing. And here at the end of the year, she's really started to get it dialed in and she's performing very well. And I expect that she will have a really good performance at the state meet because she's ready to throw well.
Coach Nimrod, we got the news yesterday that there will be no attendance restrictions at the state meet. It's going to be opened up to pretty much everyone. I know you guys ran at the Drake relays, but there was limited attendance. How much better of an experience will it be knowing the fact that the state meet is pretty much going to be what it was a couple of years ago when it last ran?
Well, we talked about that some last night. You helped us a lot at conference and at state qualifying, getting used to hearing names on the intercom and the excitement in the stadium. So we talked about that and how you get yourself way up sometimes and you have to be able to get to where you perform best, whatever that level is. And it's different for each runner and it's different for each event. So having that enthusiasm around just makes everybody want to perform at a higher level. Not having to worry about, does my grandma and grandpa get to come? Yes, they get to come if they want to come. So all of that stuff has been a benefit, but just the excitement surrounding track, especially at the state meet, when you have a full stadium and we have people talking about people on it and knowledgeable people being able to talk about what's going on in a race really helps others get involved.
And Brad, what's going to be the key? What historically is the key to having your best performance possible, not only as individuals, but as a team at a state meet?
Well, I think Coach Nimrod just touched on it. It's your ability to manage your emotions. In our case, you know, cohabitate with each other in a hotel or house for 3 days. All those things matter. And frankly, it's just that when your downtime is your downtime, you're just relaxed and you just, you know, chill. But when it's time to go, you find that appropriate spot on that performance curve and you're ready to go. You're fit. You can't be more fit than you are right now. It's just emotionally handling each positive thing that happens or something doesn't go well, just flushing it, letting it go and moving on to the next one. And historically, we've been pretty good at that. And the kids have found the appropriate place to be on that performance curve. And we've then had exceptional performances to show for that effort. So we'll see. I think we're very ready. We've talked through this many times and the girls have been trained well in this mental side. We hope to see the fruits of their labor come forward Thursday through Saturday.
The Decorah girls competing in 9 events at the state track meet. We wish best of luck to Coach Johansen, Coach Nimrod, and all the Decorah student athletes competing down in Des Moines this weekend.
Thanks, Darren. Go Vikes.
Thanks, Darren.